The action romance comedy The Fall Guy came out this year in 2024. It follows Ryan Gosling playing this stuntman who gets injured and he comes back to a movie where the director also happens to be his ex. The lead star of this movie goes missing, and it's up to the stuntman to find what happened to him so they can finish the movie. It's an amazing concept, executed beautifully. And this is an extremely stylized movie. And you can kind of get the idea of this going in because there's this action sequence where it's on the back of this truck, because this other character's kidnapped, and you can tell it's extremely stylized by the way it's shot and the way the cinematography plays out through the sequence, the way the camera moves around each character and things like that. And also some of the shots, just random shots that happen to look really good because of the way it's supposed to look. Because there's this one scene where Emily Blunt's character, the director, she's trying to organize everything for this scene. And all these people are coming up to her, and it kind of just goes around in a 360, and as all these people are walking up to her, and it's going to show the commotion of what it's like to make a movie on set. And I think that's just really cool. And this definitely is a movie for stunt people, because when you hear about all of these stunts in these action movies, you know what you don't hear about? You don't hear about the stuntmen, stunt women, whatever. You don't hear about the stunt people that are actually doing all the cool stuff. Their motorcycles, the flying, the jumping. I mean, obviously some actors do their own stunts, but it's the stunt people who don't really get recognized. So having a whole movie made about them is just great. And I really do hope this movie is successful, because it is amazing. So yeah, let's get more into the plot. Because, okay, after he goes missing, then he's just going, because nobody else knows he's missing up to this point. They just don't know where he is. So he goes, everything, and there's action sequences. At one point, he, gets high, and you start seeing unicorns for a quarter of the film. It's just cool. I mean, it's not a lot of focus on it, but there's this one action sequence where he's high, so every time he punch, everything's a lot warped while he's fighting all these people, and everything just turns into color. And again, this is the first sign. It's a very stylized movie because you have all these lights flashing every time he punches. Every time he punches somebody, the whole screen just goes white, and it's like a burst, like a freaking cartoon or something. And it's just cool, and obviously he does these stunts, and at the end credits, bro, you just have to stay for the end credits, man, because after the credits, you actually see the behind-the-scenes shots. It's like going to buy a Blu-ray of a movie, but the special features are already on the movie. They're just at the very end. So yeah, stay for the ending, because the special features are just great. But yeah, so the ending of this movie, he eventually finds the star of this movie that he's looking for. He also happens to be the stunt guy for, so yeah. And he eventually finds this guy. He happens to be the main villain because he accidentally killed this other guy and the producer that sent him on this mission, and they're all trying to cover it up. And he escapes, but the director, that's also happens to be his ex, but their relationship's being rekindled, which is awesome. Again, the romance in this movie isn't overdone, but it's done very well when it happens. And everything said, it's very emotional and everything. And then this alien costume just comes up into her trailer and is and it just beats the crap out of him. And it just realizes, oh, it's him. It's cool. Let's go. So they organize this plan to get him caught. To get the main guy caught that accidentally killed the other guy, to get the main lead caught and the producer in the same place. So what they do is they organize a scene where he does his own stunt, because it's not the stunt guy doing it this time. It's him doing it, and he's just an actor, so he doesn't know how to do this. So then he tries to do it. And then he's just being beat up in this car while it's just spinning, and it's just doing a bunch of these barrel rolls. And yes, it did set a world record for the most barrel rolls in a movie. I think 99% sure. And then he eventually gets on this helicopter after it references a very obscure Dwayne Johnson movie for some reason. I don't know. And he gets on this helicopter, and oh my god, the producer is so annoying in this movie. But it's for a reason. she's not meant to be likable. So just keep that in mind while you're watching it. When you see the producer, she might be a little bit obnoxious, especially at the end of the movie. But just remember, it's all for something. And that is her being punched in the face, pretty much. I mean, her being beat up. And they try to escape in this helicopter. Doesn't work out. And yeah, and then the helicopter like crashes. And like, it's all just fun. This whole movie is amazing. The cinematography, the story, the action, the romance, it's all perfect. And here's the thing. I hope this movie's successful. But at the same time, I don't think there needs to be a sequel. Because, say there is a sequel by chance, I don't think there really needs to be one. Because this movie was made with the intent of celebrating the average stuntman that does all these cool stunts. So there doesn't need to be, so in turn, there's no need to have a sequel when you already have an original that played the concept so well. And, you know, the chemistry between Emily Blunt's character and Ryan Gosling's character is just great. You see them, like, they're trying to pushing each other off, and at this one point, they're doing a scene where Ryan gets lit on fire, and she just kind of gets revenge on him, quote-unquote, but just keeps on doing the scene where he gets lit on fire, and eventually, they start talking through the microphone, and expressing their emotions about each other through this movie, and obviously, it's happily ever after, but who knows, there's still more to this story, but will there be a sequel? I don't know, but I definitely do think this is a great one. Out of 100, this is probably like a solid 88. Out of 10, probably like an 8.5. I don't know. Definitely a really good movie. If y'all enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please do subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.